Hello everyone, my name's Dave Hildebittle and welcome to the Pittsburgh Bridges OCD YouTube channel. I wanted this first video to be about who we are and why we came into existence. What we are is a small OCD community organization based out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We are a handful of friends who live with OCD, and we wanted to come together and create a sense of community among folks living with this. And I'm just a certified peer support specialist living in Western Pennsylvania. I went through an experience where I felt the mental health system had kind of let me down, and I was missing that camaraderie that you have in a room full of folks with OCD. And I reached out to some friends, and we decided to come together and make a community and advocate for the OCD community. There are several reasons for this. One, no one should have to live alone with OCD and feel like, I'm the only one. I'm the only one, because you're not alone. You're not the only one. And together, we're stronger. We're stronger in our individual recovery processes, and we're stronger as we come together as a community. I believe existing mental health services have undervalued peer support. I think they've undervalued the group support setting, and we'd like to advocate for that. If you'd like to find out about our mission statement, check out our webpage at www.pittsburghbridgesocd.org, and you'll find our mission statement and a couple of links to the support groups that we run. We have two support groups that meet each week. One is on Tuesday nights from 7 to 9 Eastern. The other one is on Thursday nights from 7 to 9 Eastern. You just have to be someone who lives with OCD or someone who loves someone with OCD. And feel free to click on the link and join us. A while ago I noticed in the several group settings that I was fortunate to be a part of, that folks who live with OCD are incredibly intelligent, very creative, and full of empathy for one another. And we believe that that's the basis for helping one another heal. We can help each other to heal more effectively because we understand. And so if you're someone living with OCD, or you're someone loving someone with OCD, check us out. Check us out, and feel free to join the support groups, and we'll talk about how to get well. Another reason why we came together is we have this tool called exposure and response prevention. It's not the easiest treatment to embrace at first, and we believe that peer support has a lot to offer as you approach exposure and response prevention. Once you begin down that road and you become more familiar with how to work your recovery, that support can last a lifetime as you maintain your well-being. And part of what we really believe in with this community is it's not just about support groups. We'd like to come together and create things that we can do together for fun, socializing things. It's a little harder now with the pandemic being such as it is, but we're learning, and our groups have moved to Zoom. The links are on our webpage again, Tuesdays and Thursday nights. I'd like to share with everybody what my idea for this YouTube channel is. I would like it to be a place for advocacy, where we can share the facts about what scientifically is most likely to help you find recovery from OCD. A place where we can share ways that the mental health system could better serve us, as opposed to serving itself, as it so often does. With exposure and response prevention, having people around you who need to use that skill to stay well is just an unbelievably important resource for each one of us, and we'd like to be that for one another. So if you're someone who's living with OCD, someone who's loving someone with OCD, and you'd like us like to discuss something, you could drop us an email at pittsburghbridgesocd@gmail.com, pittsburghbridgesocd@gmail.com. My wonderful producer Benjamin, my nephew, ensures me that we can stick a link somewhere underneath the video in the, what did you say it was called? underneath. We'll stick it underneath. Link in the description. I'll learn. That said, please everybody be patient with me. It's really hard for me to get used to talking to that little camera. I feel like I'm talking to a wall, but I'll get used to it, so bear with me. So as this is a place for advocacy, drop us a line, let us know what works for you, how have you found it. As you seek exposure and response prevention, we know there are very few resources. We know that the mental health system does not really have standards of care for us. So people with credentials can say they treat people with OCD, even if they know nothing about exposure and response prevention. Many of us, including myself at the beginning of my recovery, have been burnt by that. We need professionals that know the #1 tool that we have to fight OCD, and that's exposure and response prevention. So we advocate for that. But there are lots of things you might want to have in your toolbox as you work on getting well. And I think peer support and community can be very valuable to all of us. So I want to thank you for bearing with me as I stammer and stutter and on my way through this video. I'm going to try to keep getting used to this as we move forward. I hope we get some letters. Maybe somebody drops us some things we can talk about that might benefit the OCD community. Check out our support groups Tuesday and Thursday. And let me know what you'd like to see on here. Thank you, my friends. Be well.